Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free.
The internet is going crazy after a clip went viral of DC Young Fly straight up clowning Rick Ross in front of a full crowd. The reactions online have been absolutely wild. What looked like a simple comedy moment quickly turned into a viral scene that had Ross looking uneasy while the audience was losing it with laughter.
Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosted episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers, we do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade,
He clip, now pulling in millions of views across social media, captures DC going in on the rap mogul with laser-sharp accuracy, cracking jokes about Ross's flashy lifestyle, his constant comparisons to street legends, and even his old rap image. The crowd was feeding off every punchline, and by the end, it was obvious this wasn't your average comedy moment. This was a full-on roast. The whole scene reportedly took place during a live event where both were in attendance, DC Young Fly hosting, and Rick Ross popping up as an unexpected guest. First, everything seemed lighthearted. Ross pulled up wearing one of his trademark fur jackets, stacked gold chains, and oversized shades reflecting the stage lights. The crowd hyped him up instantly, but DC, famous for his rapid-fire jokes and razor-sharp delivery, caught an opening the moment Ross stepped in.
But you didn't eat it. And we respect when shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. Bet, we gonna try to get you in. Man, we gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up, act like you doing us a favor, and then just leave her without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. We'll push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where.
DC kicked things off by clowning Ross' outfit, saying he looked like he just walked out of the zoo and forgot to return the lion he borrowed. That one line set the stage for a ruthless comedy run. The crowd exploded, but Ross didn't crack a real smile, just a stiff half grin that made it clear he wasn't fully enjoying the jokes. As the audience got louder, DC pushed even harder. He started roasting Ross' obsession with over-the-top luxury, joking, "Every time Ross talk, it sound like he just got done chewing on money." The place went crazy. Phones were out, people were yelling, and even a couple of guests on stage could barely keep themselves together. What really sent the clip viral, though, was Ross' reaction. Instead of laughing it off like most celebrities do, he looked irritated. He kept taking slow sips from his glass and muttered something under his breath. But DC caught it instantly and snapped back, "Don't get quiet now, big homie. We just playing. You rich, remember?"
Okay, I'm gonna say first of all, I don't give a
Yeah, I get it.
but I give a because
Try to make it bad.
with you as a person.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, okay, let's just say before all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say before all that happened. Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross.
Yeah.
I feel like you wanted to.
Hey!
Shut the f up! I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time and effort into this.
From that point on, the whole vibe shifted. What started as harmless fun slowly turned into a roast with a sharper bite. DC started sliding in clever jabs at Ross' old controversies. Never saying anything outright, but dropping hints about switched-up stories, label tension, and big claims that never quite lined up. The crowd understood every reference, and that's exactly why the jokes landed so hard. It wasn't just about Ross' flashy image anymore. DC was hitting on the long-running criticism Ross has dealt with for years, questions about authenticity, ego, and the persona he's built. The audience was loving every second of it, cheering after every punchline, while Ross sat there trying his best to keep a straight face.
One time, and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life. Dawn, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, you know, so it's just,
But then you drink.
we could have those debates, we really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I like the
Dawn
way
was a
you
different
followed up
time.
hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on their ass?
You got to,
Right.
man, just don't take the foot off the gas.
Some fans started comparing the whole moment to a classic roast battle, except this one had real tension simmering beneath the jokes. Within just a few hours, the clip was everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. People were breaking it down frame by frame, and hashtags like #RossGotRoasted and #DCVSRoss started trending hard. A lot of viewers said Ross handled the situation badly and should have laughed it off. Others argued DC went too far, claiming comedians sometimes push extra hard when they sense someone getting uncomfortable. But no matter which side people took, everyone agreed on one thing. DC Young Fly owned that entire moment. This wasn't just a roast. It was a reminder that raw charisma and quick humor can overpower status, money, and image in seconds. What made the whole situation even more interesting was the history between the two. DC Young Fly and Rick Ross aren't strangers. They've crossed paths plenty of times at events, shows, and interviews. There was even mutual respect at one point, but this roast made it feel like there might have been some underlying tension sitting there for a long time, and this moment finally brought it to the surface.
Be mindful. You may never know who knows somebody, who kin to somebody, who saw what you posted. Because you're going to have to stand on business.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for
People who were actually at the event say Ross walked in with a heavy sense of authority, almost like he wanted the whole room to revolve around him. Before the cameras even started rolling, he was allegedly throwing light jabs at DC, bragging about being the boss of bosses, and claiming he's the reason half the younger generation even gets paid these days. And of course, DC wasn't about to let that slide. So the moment the mics came on, he flipped the energy right back. Anyone familiar with DC's style knows he doesn't crack jokes at random. He studies the vibe, spots the ego in the room, and hits exactly where it stings. So when Ross started flexing, DC did what he always does best. He reminded everyone that respect isn't something you force, it's something you earn. As the roasting kept going, DC cut straight through Ross' flashy image with lines that hit deep. You got 20 cars, but you still mad. How you own all that land and still ain't found peace.
Dennis and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay. Both. And
That line hit like a punchline mixed with a Sunday sermon. The crowd exploded. Even Ross' biggest supporters had to admit the humor had some real truth behind it. Ross, meanwhile, wasn't handling it well at all. His body language told the whole story. Arms folded, forced smile, and a clear shift from confident to irritated. At one point, he even leaned over to whisper something to his team, and the internet later joked he was asking for a PR escape route. The cameras caught that exact moment, and fans have slowed it down frame by frame, turning it into yet another meme. Some people suggested Ross completely underestimated DC's sharpness, thinking he could slide through with charm like he usually does in interviews. Instead, he walked straight into a verbal setup he didn't see coming. After the event, insiders claimed Ross dipped out early, quietly leaving without taking photos or sticking around for the after-party. That only sparked more online chatter, with many saying his pride took a serious hit. DC, on the other hand, didn't miss a beat. He hopped online afterward, thanked fans for the love, and joked, "Ain't nobody safe, not even the bosses." Fans took that as confirmation that the roast wasn't just comedy, it was personal.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga who did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Busta Rhymes did it for free. Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch
DC went head-to-head with one of hip-hop's most self-assured figures and walked away looking like the clear winner. The internet's reaction has been split but heated. Comedy fans are giving DC major props for keeping it authentic, saying it's rare to see someone check a figure as big as Ross on stage and still come out on top. Hip-hop fans, though, are divided. Some feel Ross should have laughed it off and stayed cool, while others believe DC crossed a line by going too hard on a legend. But one thing everyone agrees on: that viral clip exposed just how thin the line is between confidence and insecurity. When a comedian with pure, unfiltered energy goes up against a rapper with a larger-than-life ego, something explosive is guaranteed. And this time, DC walked away with the win. Adding even more depth to the moment is the long-running public perception around Rick Ross. For years, he's crafted the image of a mega mogul, the boss who moves differently and demands respect wherever he goes. But behind that persona is a history of people questioning whether it's all real. From the old revelation that he once worked as a correctional officer, to ongoing jokes about exaggerated stories in his music, Ross has constantly dealt with critics who say his image doesn't fully match reality. DC Young Fly, whether on purpose or instinct, tapped right into that soft spot during the roast. Every jab about Ross' ego, lifestyle, or contradictions landed harder because those conversations have followed Ross for years. At one point, DC reportedly hit him with, "You've been calling yourself the biggest boss since 2006, but you still arguing with everybody smaller than you."
Lead our show. You went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours
And didn't leave.
and you talked. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no like that, nigga, 'cause we
Right.
got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Eloquently, right.
You dig what I'm saying?
The crowd completely lost it. That one line summed up what a lot of people had been saying for years, that Ross' nonstop need to prove himself sometimes clashes with the powerful image he tries to put out. It was comedy, sure, but it was also truth wrapped in a punchline. And for Ross, who prides himself on staying cool no matter what, that truth stung harder than the joke itself. Fans online claimed that's why his reaction was so stiff, because deep down, DC wasn't just joking, he was exposing the cracks in the armor. Soon, the internet was flooded with edits and memes. Clips of Ross' reaction popped up everywhere with captions like, "When the boss gets bossed." People even started remixing the video with sound effects and turning it into the latest viral challenge. Celebrities jumped in too, some laughing along, others saying DC might have crossed a line. But the bigger impact was undeniable. The viral moment reopened the debate about Ross' public persona. Is he really the untouchable mogul he presents himself as? Or has his confidence slowly slipped into arrogance? DC's roasting wasn't just entertainment. It forced fans to rethink how they see one of hip-hop's loudest personalities. Meanwhile, DC Young Fly has been riding a wave of pure momentum. The comedian, known for cooking celebrities on shows like Wild 'N Out, has been praised for bringing back that old-school, fearless comedy. Fast, sharp, and zero filter. In an era where most entertainers avoid controversy, DC's willingness to poke at powerful figures has positioned him as one of the most respected comedic voices connected to hip-hop culture. His jokes land because they come from observation. He says the things everyone's been thinking but won't admit. But this viral roast also sparked a bigger discussion about the relationship between comedians and rappers. Some insiders point out that rap, built on pride and dominance, doesn't always mix easily with comedy, which thrives on honesty and vulnerability. When a comedian like DC pokes fun at someone like Rick Ross, it's more than a punchline. It's a collision of two worlds. Raw, messy, hilarious, and sometimes uncomfortable. And this time, that discomfort turned into one of the most talked about moments of the entire year, proving once again that authenticity, even wrapped in jokes, will always get the loudest applause. In the days after the clip went viral, both men stayed unusually quiet, which only fueled more speculation. Ross refused to address the moment directly, but fans noticed a series of cryptic posts on his Instagram. One read, "Bosses don't explain. They move different." Another showed him sitting in his mansion surrounded by luxury cars, as if reminding the world who he is. But the comments told a different story. Fans flooded the posts with jokes like, "You still mad about that roast?" And "DC had you quiet, big boss." The internet never forgets, and Ross' attempt to reclaim the moment only made the memes louder. DC, on the other hand, kept the momentum rolling. During a recent stand-up set, he referenced the situation again, telling the crowd, "I ain't even mean to roast Ross that bad, but when you see a lion wearing silk pajamas, you gotta say something." The audience erupted, turning the line into a fan favorite. What stands out most is how DC has maintained full control of the narrative. Instead of letting critics label him disrespectful, he framed the whole thing as just another day at work, a comedian doing what comedians do, telling the truth in the funniest way possible. Now, industry insiders are debating whether this roast will have a long-term effect on Ross' image. Some think his legacy and loyal fanbase will protect him, and the moment will eventually fade. Others believe this viral clip highlighted a vulnerability that people won't forget. In hip-hop, image is everything, and once the mask cracks, it's nearly impossible to fix completely. The video didn't just make Ross look uncomfortable. It made him look human in a way that weakened the larger-than-life persona he built over the years. What makes the whole story even more fascinating is how it mirrors a shift in entertainment culture. There was a time when rappers felt untouchable, wrapped in mystique and protected by status. But in today's social media world, even the biggest stars can get humbled in real time. One reaction, one expression, one awkward moment caught on camera, and the internet turns it into a legacy-defining event. DC Young Fly didn't just roast Rick Ross. He reminded the world that authenticity, humor, and confidence without ego win every single time in front of the public. The clash between Ross and DC Young Fly will go down as one of the wildest crossovers between comedy and hip-hop in recent memory. It's a reminder of one simple truth. In this era, the microphone is the great equalizer. Whether you're a rapper with a mansion or a comedian with a mic, the one who connects with the people always walks away on top. And this time, DC Young Fly left as the people's champion, sharp, fearless, and unapologetically real. This moment won't just be remembered as a roast. It's a lesson. Never underestimate humor's power to flip the script. Ross may have the empire, but that night DC had the mic. And the mic won. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Celeb Coded for more updates, hip-hop breakdowns, and the real stories the industry tries to hide.